Peter Carl, lots of warm words for business from you in the hall to the CBI just now. A year ago, Rachel Reeves told that room that she would not be coming back with more borrowing or more taxes in future to business leaders. She's about to break that promise. Why should business trust you?
Sam, that was not warm words. I made a series of announcements. I made a series of updates on things I have delivered. Even in the few weeks I've been in this job, I've delivered £230 million worth of deregulation. That is a fact, it's not warm words.
I'm sorry, but we haven't got long, so I do want to press you. Rachel Reeves told this room there would be no more tax rises. On Wednesday, she's going to announce tax rises. Why should they take the assurances from you when words don't mean very much in this government?
Let's see what is announced on Wednesday, not the speculation.
She has been clear there will be tax rises.
Let's also look.
She has been clear there will be tax rises, and she said there wouldn't a year ago.
Business asked us to take action on electricity prices. We've done it. They asked us to take action on planning reform. We've done it. They asked us to take action on regulatory reform. We've done it, and we're doing it, and we're doubling down on it. We are on the side of business. We are creating the circumstances for businesses to grow and thrive and stay here and end this exodus of having to go to America in order to get the funding for it. On all of these reforms, we are delivering for business. And yes, we have had to make difficult decisions based on the inheritance that we had. We've got to fix the economy and get growth baked in for the long term. You can't do that out of nothing. We are delivering the reforms and we are doing fair taxation. But going forward, I accept the premise to end this vice-like grip of high growth and low growth and high tax. We need to make sure we get growth into the economy, and that's what we'll be doing more of.
Peter Carl, I am going to challenge you saying what you are saying is simply not true. I'm going to give you one example. You say you're delivering on electricity reform and reducing prices. All you have done is re-announce for a second time that you are going to do something next year. We don't know the budget, we don't know which businesses are going to be helped, and we don't know what qualifies you for help. You are re-announcing and implementing a consultation. You have not yet done anything on the thing that you listed as your top item of delivery.
Again, Sam, that's wrong. Just a few weeks ago, I announced an upgrade to the Supercharger program, which gives energy discounts from 60% to 90%.
No.
That is fact. It is fact. It is announced, and it is happening. So we have taken action. What I've announced today is that we are starting the consultation that will lead to 7,000 businesses getting more discounts into the future. I can't do everything now because things like that need legislation. But do you expect me to sit quietly and not tell businesses that I'm starting a consultation, that I'm taking the action, I'm doing what I said I would do when this government came into power? We are acting. People know that I can't just wave a magic wand and it happened today. But don't give the impression that we're not acting on energy prices, because for businesses that need that help the most, they're getting it.
But re-announcing press releases that were announced in June is not exactly action when it comes to business. You say that growth is this government's number one priority. On Wednesday, we're going to see £17 billion more spent on welfare. How is that helping growth?
Well, again, let's see what does happen on Wednesday. But what you have seen is this government investing into those areas that will unlock growth into the future, being bold and creative in the way that we do it. And I accept that we need more urgency, we need more boldness, because we inherited a growth emergency. We are still in that growth emergency that we inherited, and that means we need to act with more boldness, creativity and urgency, and that is what I'll be doing.
But abolishing the two-child cap doesn't help growth. The welfare reversal, paying for that doesn't help growth. The triple lock uprating for pensioners doesn't help growth. These are not growth measures, and the Chancellor is spending double-digit billions on these things. Do you think it's credible to still say this government has growth as its top priority?
Well, once again, I can't comment on what might or might not be in the budget on Wednesday. But let me also tell you, 5 million people not economically active because they're too sick to work. That is not helping growth. That is a big drag on growth. You know, we have things that have been holding.
Done anything on that? You raised that.
When
you haven't done anything.
These are the things that we are investing in at the moment. And when we change the welfare system and we adapt and modernise the welfare system, it will be to support people into work. We are working with businesses. We have 60 vanguard businesses that are now looking at how we can get people back into work and then recover from sickness in work and prevent people leaving it in the first place. This is the work that Charlie Mayfield has been leading for us. So we are acting in these areas that have been holding back our economy profoundly for years and years, and none of those previous governments has done anything about it. This one is. So it's not just about creating tackling the inheritance that we've had. It's about creating new opportunities opportunities as well. That is why we're investing in R&D. That is why we're investing in energy and trying to get energy costs down. And it's why we're reforming the regulatory system.
Final question. A lot of business people's ears pricked up when you said in the hall that there are 26 different consultations for the Employment Rights Bill and how that's going to be implemented in practice. Can you give a sense of the kinds of wiggle room, the kinds of areas that are yet to be decided? A lot of people want the size of a business that is subjected to union access rights. You know, a business with 1, a business with 20, a business with 100. What is going to be the cutoff below which businesses are not going to face additional burdens like that?
Well, the key thing is that we need to listen to business and for the people who work in businesses and unions so that we get this right going forward. Now, the vast majority of that legislation, there's 250 pages of it, is not contentious, it's accepted by business and it will help productivity. There are certain areas where actually getting the implementation right in granular detail is incredibly important. Now, I am very open-minded about this, but I go straight back to our manifesto commitment, which is to consult in a meaningful way, to listen to the voices so we get it right. This is not zero-sum. I will not allow it to become zero-sum. I won't pitch one side against the other. But in some of those key areas, I will be listening, and I won't be making the mistakes that I've made in my previous job, where I said what I wanted the outcome of a consultation to most likely be like, and it caused a lot of friction. I am in an open-minded and meaningful way going into these consultations so I can genuinely learn from the wisdom and the insight and the experience that's out there and apply it to modernising our workforce legislation to create a more harmonious relationship, a more productive set of businesses and environment in workplaces right around the country.